I spent more than a year in Dingle area, and here are my impressions of the city in brief. Along with the first walks are more special events like the Christmas market and some concerts I had the opportunity to attend. The famous Dingo crystal, which I hadn't heard of at the time.
Hello. I hope you don't mind me to fume a bit around here.
No problem, no problem.
I stumbled into the shop by chance, something drew me in, and I found myself in a fragile crystal world, where with my backpack on my back, I understood firsthand what an elephant in a glass shop means. Here I was drawn to the display of handmade soaps and candles. Those who know me also know that I used to make those myself back at home.
Always. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I'm looking forward.
I have a soft spot for shops like this, and I love to wander around, soaking up the scent and atmosphere of warmth and coziness. Here I was pulled in by the music drifting from the open door. I had often glanced at the tree museum sign, but this was the first time I had caught it open and with the camera in hand.
When I'm too old to work, but I'm too young to die. Tell me where will I go?
Unfortunately, it was also the last time. Soon after, I noticed that even the sign was already missing.
There's two executives. Yeah, that's good.
Thank you.
I couldn't miss a visit to the local church, of course. Besides, thanks to Isabel, I had the pleasure of attending the Christmas concert in this very church, which was a nice experience. However, the real exploration of a place is when it's empty, quiet, and peaceful. This building is right next to the church and, if I'm not mistaken, was home to the nuns and church officials. Now it has been turned into a cultural center where various events are held, such as the Christmas market, for example, and various concerts because of the wonderful acoustic of the chapel.
The main reason I had this guitar built was because I wanted to play lute music, but I didn't want to play the lute. And the reason why that was is I just played the guitar ever since I was a little kid, and guitars have single strings, okay? And a lute has double strings. If you've seen a mandolin or a 12-string guitar or an Irish bouzouki, they have double strings. And I love to listen to that sound. I think it's magic. But there's something about the double strings that, because I played guitar ever since I was a little kid, I tried it and I just couldn't really get comfortable with it. So I went to a friend, this is 1980, what is that, 20 years ago now? And I had this guitar built because I told him I want a guitar that sounds like a lute. And we came up with this design which forces you to play the guitar more like the lute, mostly by putting the strings so close to the face, okay, that instead of hitting the strings with your hand like that or with a pick, you have to pluck away from the instrument.
The entrance to the building is generally paid, but in this case it was a benefit concert by well-known local musicians, before and after which I was able to walk around and look at the wonderful murals, whose models were all local people. The concert itself was a wonderful experience, except that it was too short. I wished it had lasted all day. Here we are at the Christmas market, full of local people offering handmade products. And I won't mention how many cakes and sweets there were. I deliberately stayed away from those. The secret garden, which I discovered quite by accident, has been my favorite spot on every visit to the town. Back in the days it has been the churchyard, I presume. However, it is evident that lots of effort has been put into getting and maintaining this lovely little oasis at the city center. Of course, I also found a cemetery. The church was closed, and from what I could see through the side window, not much used. The memorial plaques were very old and atypical, at least to my inexperienced eye. Just the type of cemetery I like, rich of history. I only wish there was someone to tell me what I was actually looking at. I also found a little cheese shop on my way. Super nice and tempting one.
Yeah, absolutely.
This one?
Just give us a.
Every time I walked past it, I had to make an effort not to get in. And to finish off with another of my discoveries. One cozy little shop, again with interesting goods, and a quiet coffee shop tucked away in the backyard. Lovely place. And a lovely little town.